From dogs bred to be deadly guards and fiercely loyal companions to dogs who viciously attack one another in illegal fights to the death, here are 9 of the most illegal dog breeds in the world. Number 9. Sarplaninak. Have you ever heard of this dog? It has a fierce temperament and could either be your best friend or your worst enemy. Once known as the Illyrian Shepherd, the Sarplaninak is a livestock guardian dog named for the Balkan Sar mountain range spanning from northwestern Macedonia to Kosovo and northeastern Albania. This strong, heavy-boned breed is larger than average, with adult males typically weighing between 77 and 99 pounds, 35 to 45 kilograms. As livestock protectors, these working dogs are confident, opinionated, and independent. They're used to being without humans for long periods of time, and certain behaviors such as rowdiness and roughhousing can trigger their guardian instincts, especially when they're not familiar with someone. These personality traits have earned the Sarplaninak a reputation for being vicious and aggressive, especially towards children, and the breed is even banned in Denmark. But not everyone agrees that this breed is dangerous. Describing the Sarplaninak's alleged proneness to attacking as a serious mischaracterization, a 2017 National Purebred Dog Day article clarifies that these dogs only tend to attack when provoked, and that carefully bred and properly raised Sarplaninaks are true guardians, not guard dogs. Moreover, the Sarplaninak is one of 8 dogs on Denmark's list of banned breeds that have no reported incidents of aggression in the country, leading many to criticize its placement on the list. I wouldn't ban a dog breed with no history of violence in my country, would you? Number 8. Rottweiler. Of course, this famously tough breed of dogs has been banned in a few places. With origins dating back to Roman times, the Rottweiler is considered one of the world's oldest dog breeds. They were originally kept as herder or driving dogs and are now primarily used for guiding cattle and for protection. Rottweilers have also worked as messengers, ambulance dogs, and draft dogs. The Fédération Cynologique Internationale (FCI), an international federation of national kennel clubs, describes the medium to large black and tan breed as of abundant strength, whose powerful appearance does not lack nobility and which is exceptionally suited to being a companion, service, rescue, and working dog. The organization further states that this breed is all about balance, endurance, proportionality, intelligence, and strength. Unfortunately, however, Rottweilers have a reputation as one of the fiercest dog breeds, and with a documented history of violence, including attacks on children, the common fear of this dog is not entirely unfounded. On the other hand, while it's true that Rottweilers are prone to being temperamental, jealous, and extremely protective, many people argue that when raised right, they can be great companions and even family dogs. Nevertheless, there are bans and restrictions on owning Rottweilers in certain parts of the US and in several countries including Spain, France, Italy, Ecuador, Romania, Israel, Bermuda, Portugal, and Ukraine. Number 7. The Kangao. The Kangao, also sometimes called the Anatolian Shepherd, is a large livestock guardian dog native to Turkey, and it can guard sheep from predators, but watch out. If it thinks you're a threat, you could get hurt. This early Mastiff-type breed is smaller than some Mastiffs, which might sound like a disadvantage. But in reality, the Kangao's reduced size compared to other breeds is partially to thank for their enhanced speed and agility, enabling them to run at up to 35 miles per hour, 56 kilometers per hour. With the ability to chomp down with 3 times as much force as a Doberman, the Kangao has one of the strongest bite forces of all canines. In addition to being incredibly strong and fast, Kangaos are naturally territorial and fiercely protective, and will immediately put themselves between their herd or owner and a perceived threat. Their traditional job in Turkey is to protect sheep from predators like wolves, bears, and jackals. Kangaos have been used in some African countries, including Kenya and Namibia, to guard livestock from lions, cheetahs, and other big cats. Because of the Kangao's fierce reputation, it's illegal to own one in Denmark, Ukraine, and Belarus. While raising a Kangao is a major commitment requiring plenty of space and exercise, the right training and socialization can make one into a loyal family dog, which is great with children. Unfortunately, Turkey has banned the export of this breed to preserve its pedigree, making them rare in the US and in most other countries. Have you ever had a dog that's considered aggressive? What's your dog like? Let me know in the comments down below. Number 6. Doberman Pinscher. Developed as a guard dog around 1890 by a German tax collector named Karl Friedrich Louis Doberman, the Doberman Pinscher is a muscular, medium to large-sized breed known for its strength, endurance, elegance, and noble appearance. This agile dog has a slender, squarish frame, with adult males typically weighing between 88 and 99 pounds, 40 to 45 kilograms. The Doberman Pinscher was originally bred for its size, fearlessness, willingness to defend its owner, and intimidating appearance and demeanor. Obedience, loyalty, and the ability to show restraint are also among the breed's prized traits. Experimental studies and expert evaluations have ranked the Doberman Pinscher among the most intelligent and trainable dog breeds. But these working canines are known for allegedly being ferocious and aggressive, especially towards strangers. And there are real-life examples to back that reputation up. Between 1979 and 1988, the breed was responsible for 9 recorded bite-related fatalities according to a CDC study. Consequently, while no dog breeds are federally banned in the US, the Doberman Pinscher is one of the most commonly banned canines under local governments across the country. Additionally, Ukraine has a nationwide ban on the breed, and in Ireland, someone must be over 16 years old to handle a Doberman Pinscher. A license is required to own one, and owners must keep the dog on a leash measuring less than 6.6 feet, 2 meters long. Some opponents of anti-Doberman Pinscher laws claim that these policies are discriminatory and that violent encounters have more to do with owners who don't control or raise their dogs properly than with the breed itself. Have you ever had an encounter with a Doberman Pinscher? Were you scared? Tell me about all your tales of fierce dogs in the comments down below. And be sure to subscribe to American Eye if you haven't already. We've got lots of videos coming up. Number 5. Central Asian Shepherd Dog. Central Asian Shepherd dogs, also called Alabai, originated over 5,000 years ago, making them one of the world's oldest dog groups. Unlike some dogs who were selectively bred by humans, the breed formed naturally at a time when survival against the elements, predators, and human activity, including warfare, was extremely challenging. These larger-than-average dogs typically weigh between 88 and 110 pounds, 40 to 50 kilograms. They're confident, courageous, territorial, and known for seeking human attention, but also being independent and are highly energetic, with an ability to trot for hours without getting tired. Often misclassified as livestock guardians, Central Asian Shepherd dogs are territorial guardians who put their owners first and the protection of their owner's livestock and other possessions second. This according to the American Kennel Club, AKC. Sadly, they're also sometimes used in dogfighting in certain countries where it's a tradition. But Central Asian Shepherd dogs need constant oversight throughout their lifetime, and it takes a lot of work to establish trust with one. They're not recommended for first-time dog owners. Their temperament has earned them a bad reputation in some places, and some countries have even imposed restrictions or bans on Central Asian Shepherd dogs, including Italy, Denmark, and Ukraine. Number 4. Japanese Tosa. This is one vicious dog you've probably never seen in person. The Japanese Tosa, also called the Tosa Inu, Tosa Kin, or Japanese Mastiff, is a rare breed that was initially bred in what is now Kochi Prefecture on the island of Shikoku. It originated from the crossbreeding of the indigenous Shikoku Inu with European breeds, including the Old English Bulldog, English Mastiff, St. Bernard, German Pointer, Great Dane, and Bull Terrier. The goal was to increase the dog's size and power for dogfighting competitions. Japanese-bred versions of the Tosa Inu tend to weigh 135 pounds, 61 kilograms or less, and are smaller than those bred outside the country, who reach up to 200 pounds, 91 kilograms. This large, thick, and strong build is likened to that of a sumo wrestler. The Tosa Inu's disposition is typically quiet and sensitive, despite the breed being designed for blood sports. In fact, in keeping with traditional rules that fighters must remain silent in the pit, it's said that the dog fought without making a sound. The Tosa Inu is still used in legal Japanese dogfighting today, and its reputation has earned it a place on several countries' lists of banned and restricted breeds, including but not limited to Australia, Denmark, Fiji, Iceland, Ireland, Romania, Malaysia, Malta, New Zealand, Norway, Singapore, Tunisia, the United Arab Emirates, Britain, and Israel. Pet Helpful points out that the Tosa Inu did not end up on these lists via recorded incidents of unprovoked attacks and killings, but because of its checkered history with dogfighting. That said, the site recommends the breed to experienced dog handlers only. Proper training and socialization are imperative because an unruly dog of this size and strength is dangerous and difficult to control. Like many large dogs, Tosa Inus are also prone to health problems, and veterinary care can be extremely expensive. Number 3. Fila Brasilero. The Fila Brasilero, or Brazilian Mastiff, is thought to have originated from dogs that were brought to Brazil from Europe during the colonial period and bred on large plantations and cattle farms, where they chased down livestock predators and runaway slaves. They were also used for catching individual cattle for farmers by grabbing onto the animal's neck. Like many Mastiff breeds, these square-framed dogs are massive and big-boned with loose skin. Despite its bulky size and shape, the Fila Brasilero is both powerful and agile with a harmonious cat-like walk. While they're known for being fiercely loyal and docile when it comes to their family, this breed is considered to be among the most selective when it comes to their aversion to outsiders and strangers. This trait is written into their DNA, meaning that even a properly socialized Fila Brasilero puppy becomes discriminating as they grow up, and they tend to be aggressive toward other dogs. Michelle Walton, who runs YourPurebredPuppy.com, advises prospective owners of this breed to be fully aware of their responsibilities in protecting the innocent public, including your own friends and relatives if they don't visit often enough for the dog to accept them as part of the family. Walton also makes it clear that the Fila Brasilero needs an owner who's capable of establishing themselves as the one in charge and who understands how to respond to the breed's behavior. Numerous countries ban or restrict ownership of these highly temperamental dogs, including Australia, Belarus, Britain, Malta, New Zealand, Denmark, Norway, Bermuda, Ukraine, Singapore, and Portugal, just to name a few. In the US, homeowners with a Fila Brasilero often face the prospect of their insurance policy being canceled because the dog is considered a liability. Number 2. Dogo Argentino. The Dogo Argentino was first bred in Argentina in 1928 for hunting big game, primarily boar. The breeder, a medical doctor named Antonio Norez Martinez, also sought a dog that would be a brave, protective, and loyal guard dog. To achieve his intended results, he used selective breeding to derive the Dogo Argentino from the extinct Cordoba fighting dog and an array of other dogs, including the French Mastiff, Great Dane, Boxer, and more. The first 6 Dogo Argentinos lived in the US in 1970. These muscular, strong dogs have white coats with barely any markings, which are considered flaws when it comes to pedigree. Adults typically weigh between 88 and 99 pounds, 40 to 45 kilograms, and their appearance has been likened to that of a tall American bulldog. Despite being a descendant of the Cordoba fighting dog, this breed was meant to be a cooperative hunter who worked well with other dogs. While the Dogo Argentino was not bred to be aggressive towards humans, there have been instances of dogs lashing out at both strangers and their owners, and there's been at least one recorded instance of one killing their owner. As a result, numerous countries have banned or placed ownership restrictions on it, including the Cayman Islands, Denmark, Norway, Fiji, Iceland, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Turkey, and Ukraine. It's illegal to own one without legal authority in the UK via the 1991 Dangerous Dog Act. If despite all this someone wants to raise a Dogo Argentino, experts only recommend the breed to experienced dog handlers, and they advise against first-time dog owners getting one. These dogs also need ample space, plenty of physical activity, and rigorous training to ensure that they grow up to be well-behaved pets. Number 1. American Pit Bull Terrier. This is, of course, the most famously dangerous dog in the United States. Irish, English, and Scottish immigrants brought the American Pit Bull Terrier's ancestors to the United States during the 19th century. Through selective breeding, these stocky, short-haired dogs gained a larger, more solid build and an enlarged jaw. Modern American Pit Bulls are considered medium-sized dogs with adults weighing up to 80 pounds, 36.3 kilograms, and according to Hill's Pet Nutrition Inc.'s website, they may pack more muscles per pound of body weight than any other breed. Originally bred as farm dogs and for bull baiting, a blood sport that involves pitting a bull against another animal, American Pit Bulls today are generally kept as companions, working dogs, athletic sport dogs, police dogs, search and rescue dogs, and therapy dogs. They also unfortunately constitute the vast majority of canines used in illegal dogfighting throughout the US, a legacy that started after bull baiting was outlawed. Some of the many existing pit bull bloodlines originated in dogfighting, including Colby pit bulls and the Jeep bloodline, and there are overwhelming documented reports of pit bulls attacking humans, sometimes fatally. The breed is considered by many to be more inherently prone to biting and aggression than other dogs, while others believe that an improper upbringing is what makes some pit bulls vicious. This ongoing nature versus nurture debate has not stopped several local governments throughout the US as well as many countries from banning or restricting pit bull ownership. Pit bulls are perhaps the world's most illegal dog, with breed-specific laws existing in Australia, Ecuador, Malaysia, New Zealand, Puerto Rico, Singapore, Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago, Bermuda, Denmark, Israel, Germany, Ireland, Italy, France, Britain, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Spain, Switzerland, Malta, Singapore, and elsewhere. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's intense video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time right here on American Eye.